What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to break down the top things you need to have in your resume if you want to be booking a minimum of 3 to 5 interviews per week so you can land your next remote job and potentially even stack remote jobs. Hi, my name's Delaney William. I run a company called Elevated Tech, and we are the world's largest company that helps people stack remote jobs with a done-for-you automated remote job search process. We've applied to over 120,000 jobs for our clients over the last year and a half. And we've helped over 140 professionals from Meta, Netflix, Airbnb, Google, ESPN, Accenture, and so many more companies land additional six-figure remote jobs. We're gonna break down 3 of our top performing resumes in this video so that you can get a sense for what's working, what doesn't work, and what are the pitfalls that'll make sure you get completely ghosted by recruiters and never, ever, ever land your next remote job. Let's do it. Before we jump into the value, if you're new here and you want to land your next remote job in the next 90 days and potentially even stack remote jobs, definitely like and subscribe so you stay posted whenever we launch a new video for you. All right, let's jump in and look at some resumes. All right, so we're gonna go over 4 resumes here. All 4 of these people work in very different fields. All 4 have been clients and all 4 landed great 6-figure remote jobs within just a few months of working with us. So what do they all have in common? We have a secret sauce, and we're going to break down what that secret sauce looks like on resumes here. So this is a software engineer, security engineer client of ours. Let's look at his resume. So we have name at the top, contact information, hyperlink to their LinkedIn. If you have a name that is foreign sounding, you want to acknowledge you're a US citizen because unfortunately that's the world we live in. So what do we notice here? It's all one page. We almost always go for a one-page resume. There are caveats. So yeah, there are situations where you want 2 pages, but this client has 1. He's got all his projects hyperlinked here to make it really easy to access. Very short education section. No one really cares as long as you went to college. It matters way more if you can actually just do the jobs. That's what we focus on conveying here. And then skills, you'll notice we maximize space. So it's not a bunch of weird columns. It's very dense and packed with the most important keywords so he could bypass the AI algorithms. Now, he has 3 jobs dating back to 2021. So he only has about 3 years of experience, maybe 4 years of experience on his resume, but that was enough to land him a solid 6-figure role with us. We focus on depth rather than spans. I'd rather see 3 jobs on a resume than 7 jobs with only 3 bullet points each. There's a lot of description, as you'll see here. A lot of big quantification, big dollar signs equals impact. People want to know that if they pay you $100,000, they will get $200, $300, $400, $500,000 of value out of you. So if you have big dollar values on your resume, that's a huge deal, and that will really move the needle to separate you from everyone else applying. Quantification is only useful if it's relayed back to and tied back to value. If it's just, I manage a team of 10. Who cares? You could manage a team of 10 into the ground. So those things alone don't really convey value. And lastly, you'll notice there's a lot of specificity in terms of the how. It's big outcome matched with how. The how should be tied into a lot of those keywords that are going to be found on the job postings themselves to make sure you have a keyword match. All right, second resume, name change to hide their identity. However, this person was an accountant. She landed 4 job offers with us, decided to stack on a second role that added $90K to what she was previously earning, and had to turn down 3 other job offers, which was very cool. You'll also notice the same concept of big dollar values conveying impact. 2 billion, 5 million, 2.5 million. So we want to do a really thorough job of adding big dollar values to a resume. Again, very small education section because no one really cares. It's not going to be the differentiator when there are 500 people that apply to every job on the market. And down here again in the skills section, you'll notice it's very packed with keywords that are all very diligently chosen based on the type of roles she was going after. Similarities and differences, we have 4 roles on her resume that date back to 2017. Covering a little more breadth, but again, a minimum of 4, 1 role that has 3 bullet points, but an average of 5 or 6 bullet points per role. She did a fantastic job, and it was just a perfect example of hitting the algorithm just right on LinkedIn, where you're put at the top of the line, and so many people see you when you're applying to a large volume of jobs. All right, third resume. This is a customer success manager resume. We have scrolled down a bit to protect his personal information, keep that private. Privacy is important. And let's look at the resume. So again, 3 jobs actually explained. We're focusing more on depth than breadth. We want to really convey the value. He had some cool jobs on his resume, Airbnb and Meta, prior to working with us. But what do you see? Quantification, reducing cost, big dollar values, revenue, quantification, same deal, very short education section, packed out skill section. This stuff's not that hard. There are a lot of things that are very consistent and lead to consistent results. So if you can nail these things, you can do fantastic. What you'll notice he does a really good job at is making sure the exact job title he was going after is listed on his resume multiple times. This isn't just on accident. We specifically put the right job titles on resume that are going to hit the algorithm the right way. And last but not least, we have a sales resume. This client of ours landed a 150K offer within sub 90 days. I think it was around like 70 days within a program that he landed his offer. He took that job and now he's running it back to stack another job on top of that. So again, a lot of consistency here in terms of how the resume is laid out. Only 3 roles on the resume. People think you need to have your resume be 2, 3, 4 pages. No one cares. No one wants that. They want the high level. You just want to create enough curiosity that they want to talk to you further. Same deal, really tiny education section because no one really cares. We want to get as many good keywords in as possible, and that happens by allowing 3/4 of your resume to be your experience. When you do that, you're able to organically get way more keywords and quantification baked into the bullet points. People can really hear your story and understand the value added to those organizations, which is just really fantastic. What leads to people wanting to even click further, go to your LinkedIn, and ultimately invite you for an interview. Same deal here. Skill section, always a minimum of 4 to 5 lines. This could probably be even a little bit longer, but it did work really well for him. All very intentionally chosen keywords based on a ton of research. So yeah, guys, this stuff really isn't that hard. As you've seen, those were 4 totally different resumes from 4 completely different backgrounds. Now, resume is just one small piece of the pie. The LinkedIn has to tell the same story, but also be expanded upon beyond that. Having a great portfolio is important. How you interview is important. All these things matter. But the resume is step 1. It's something you have to get right. And if you just follow those principles from what you just saw in these 4 examples into your own resume, I'm highly confident you'll see way better results. If you enjoy this content and you want to explore all this deeper, I have a free course that helps you really understand the modern job market and make sure you land a remote job in the next 90 days. You can join that group down below. And if you want to skip all the manual work, want us to just run your job search for you so that you can stack multiple remote jobs, earn $2, $3, $4, $500,000 per year, head over to go.elevatedtech/book to chat with our team to see how we can support you with your done for you job search. See you in the next video.